assuming we do have a football season this fall, have you been keeping your eye on the team at all? Have you got your eyes on anyone there right now? Have you had an outlook on the running back room, what it's going to look like after Ke'Shawn Vaughn?
Yeah, no, I was just going to say, so yeah, I think that's going to be really interesting to see what that looks like. And yeah, but man, I think it's going to give, some of the guys on the outside an opportunity to shine too. Obviously the last 2 years, this has been kind of, directed towards our running game. We had some, guys, Jared and Kalijah, that have some success on the outside too, but definitely the focal point was Ke'Shawn and just the running game there. So I do think it's going to open up, the offense a little bit more and just perhaps present a little bit more versatility there. So I think it'll be exciting to see and who kind of just steps up to take some of that, slacks in the running back position now that Ke'Shawn's out. But I think it'll be, again, just kind of fun to watch and to see how it plays out and gives, a different, kind of vibe to the offense and just see what guys step up and shine a little bit.
Your expectation for Ke'Shawn with the GOAT in the backfield, G?
And
if I'm Ke'Shawn, if I'm any back in that running back room right now, I'm probably going to be on the field probably 30 minutes early. Probably going to stay on the field for about an hour working on my pass protection. Because I know if we're going to have any success, when the GOAT is in the backfield, he has to be protected. So, how you think his transition is going to go into, especially in that situation? That's a lot of pressure, man, because I felt it a little bit too with the Rams because, Bradford he was the $100 million man. So, even though he didn't have that success that he was supposed to have because he didn't have the weapons. We can talk about that another day. But nonetheless, Sam, our running back coach with the Rams, Coach Serm, he's always tell us before we had any meeting, he's a draw number 8 on the board. Just to remind us, he has to be protected. Number 8 and a dollar sign around it. That's important, man. Especially when you have obviously Tom Brady in the backfield. But my question is just talk about his transition and do you see anything that he does need to work on? Do you see any weaknesses that he does have? Going into, obviously his rookie campaign, because he was dominant. He was pretty dominant in college, man. Like that X factor, that little, all the little gen stats and stuff. He was like 3rd in the nation, that dominance factor. So yeah, just talk about his transition, bro.
Yeah, no, home run hitter for sure. Like the epitome of it for sure. So fun to watch while he was here. And it's just that 5, right? That 5 energy. You just put that jersey on. There's just something about it. But Ke'Shawn, man, like first of all, I'm just really happy for him. Just to have that opportunity to say you play with Tom Brady, like that's incredible right there, right?
I'm just thinking about the security, like a third round draft running back that's drafted in the 3rd round. I mean, they pretty much they're gonna get a nice paycheck. They getting paid really, especially with that rookie salary going up every year, obviously with the new CBA. Like them boys make some bread. So I mean, a lot of people don't understand a running back getting drafted in the 3rd round is almost damn near like a first, 2nd round pick, you know what I'm saying?
For sure. Yeah, no, I mean, but yeah, he's worthy of it. Like, I think he's a special talent. As far as just like, how his game is going to look at Tampa Bay, I mean, I don't see why he can't be successful, especially just with the weapons they have on the outside. I think, he's going to have a lot of opportunities to shine. I think he'll get, go under the radar for the most part with him just being a rookie. And obviously, like you said, you got Tom Brady and Mike Evans and Godwin and Gronk. I mean, there's just so many different weapons on that field. I think he'll have a sneaky good season. Right? But no, like I don't see anything particular that he's like very weak on. Like I think he will come in and be able to learn and if you can't get motivated with 12 in the backfield, man, like I don't know what's going to get it. So I think he'll be able to take his game to a new level. Get a lot of just like opportunities to shine again with just like all the other weapons they have on offense. And then you're just like learning from Tom, man, and just being able to pick up tendencies and habits from him, whether it's on the field, in the locker room, or wherever else. Like for him to have that opportunity, man, like he can't help but to learn and to grow as a player and as a person, I bet, too.
Yeah, he's just got to put in that James White tape.
Exactly. Yeah, no doubt about it.
Yeah, and you got to do that. You got to do that James White tape. I mean, and if you look at, they're going to be it's going to be an interesting offense there in Tampa Bay, just between obviously Brady with the institutional knowledge that he has, plus Bruce Arians, who in and of himself is an offensive genius. I mean, you look at some of the seasons, I think was David Johnson's rookie year was with Bruce Arians, and I could see him having a similar impact that David Johnson had with the Cardinals, whether that 2016, 2017, something like that. He was an offensive coordinator for the Steelers for like 5 years with some of those big play offenses with a late 20s Big Ben when they still had Hines Ward and things like that at the end of his career. But when they were, they had receivers, and they would have, they just felt like guys like Willie Parker were just turning out 1,200 yard seasons every single year under Arians. So, I mean, he's in a dream opportunity for a rookie back. I mean, you can't ask for much more. He's going to see 6-man boxes all year.
Yes.
All year long.
I had Trent Richardson on the show, bro. You talk about Fat Lacey all the time, right? There's no, Eddie Lacy should have had numerous yards going into his rookie year, sophomore campaign, third year, because when you're playing with Aaron Rodgers, of course you're going to get the 6-man box every time. That's at least 3-4 yards a pop. You know what I'm saying? Of course you're going to have, 6-man box with guys like Cam, guys like Tom Brady. You're looking at guys like even, obviously, we can talk about Patrick Mahomes, but he's on a different level. It doesn't really matter with him. But nonetheless, bro, it's amazing just how that running back position has transformed so much. And that's why I want you to get your last input on just, obviously you see a lot of Alvin Kamara's, you see a lot of Christian McCaffrey. The running backs were built different back when we were playing, man. So, and I look back at it now, it's like, dang, that's why Reggie was so spectacular, because he did everything. I think a lot of coaches are starting to see that. Like, when you have an extra weapon, obviously with your, 4 receivers, 5 receivers, tight ends, whatever the case may be, 11 personnel, when you have an extra receiver like Le'Veon Bell, like Christian McCaffrey, like, Saquon Barkley, that makes any dynamic, any offense dynamic when you have an extra receiver in the back. So, just talk about how the transition has evolved real quick. The position itself.
Yeah. So first off, I mean, Reggie Bush was probably my favorite just athlete ever to watch on TV. He was so dynamic, and I used to say all the time.
That Fresno State game, right, where he went behind the back with the ball.
Yeah, I did it a couple of times in practice. He could tell you, that was something like a move I wanted to kind of incorporate, but obviously you can't really make that a habit. Anyways, and I always used to say, had Reggie Bush just came 5 or 6, 7 years after his time, came into the league.
Was before his time, bro.
It was before his time, and his skill set wasn't, properly utilized or appreciated, for that matter. I just remember
Sean Payton did a decent job with him, though.
Yeah, he did. But I was going to say, I remember Miami specifically just wanted him to be like this inside zone kind of runner, and
that's not him.
It's not him, right?
When he was on the Buffalo Bills, I'm a Bills fan. When he was on the Buffalo Bills, they lined him up behind a fullback and tried to go dive with him. And I was just like, what? I don't understand what you were doing. I'm not an offensive coordinator, but get this dude in some space, please. Can we run a swing pass? Can we run a screen? Can we run just something that is not trying to go in the, in the 2 gap? Yeah.
And the last thing I would say too, I just remember when he was even drafted, a lot of the critical feedback was he doesn't know how to run an outside zone, or he doesn't know how to do this or that. But he's phenomenal at X, Y, and Z, right? Coming out of the backfield, returning kicks. And people were just overlooking the special talent that he has, because he didn't look like this prototypical 225-pound plus running back, right?
Yeah. He's never going to be Adrian Peterson. He's not built like that.
Yeah, no, exactly. But yeah, I mean, just kind of going into the questions, it's definitely transformed, and the running back definitely needs to have a sharper tool set for sure. Pass blocking, being able to catch balls out of the backfield, being able to play special teams in a lot of different cases. So it's not so much as being able to kind of poke the bill and get 5 yards every carry. You got to do a number of different things, and especially just as the game just kind of transforms more and more into a passing league. I think that pass blocking part of it is probably going to be the most critical, just kind of skill set going forward with the position. But it's no longer satisfactory just to be able to be a good runner of the football, right? You got to be able to catch, you got to be able to block, and in a lot of cases, you got to be able to go down and block punts or be on kickoff or whatever it may be. Just offering that versatility piece for sure.
For sure.